Alright, how's everybody doing? I'm making a video today. I made a short video on this and I had a lot of good feedback and a lot of good comments, so I thought it was time, and I have time to go ahead and do a full-length video on this gun. But this is my Smith & Wesson model 25-2, and this is chambered in 45 ACP. As you can see, Smith & Wesson on that side. This is 45 caliber model 1955 on this side. This is a Target version. This one was made in around 1977, maybe 78. It's a 25-2. It's got an N serial number, but very nice gun, nice shooter. Had a lot of good comments on the video. I've actually got the original paperwork here for it. As you can see, it's the 1955 45 Target Revolver, model number 25, caliber 45 ACP. You can see the 6-shot, 6.5-inch barrel, 45 ounces. Trigger finish, Smith & Wesson blue, and it's got a beautiful blue finish on it. And then ammunition, 45 ACP, 45 auto ram, and 45 automatic wad cutter. And one of the questions I had on the other video was about the moon clips, that came with it. And there is a little bit of confusion about the caliber for this gun, because they did make some of these in 45 long Colt, and they started making the 45 long Colt, I think it was the 125th anniversary, and it was like 77, 78, so it was like literally right after this one was made. It was the next model number, 25-3. They started making some of these in 45 long Colt, and from what I've read and different sources, and also the Smith & Wesson catalog, and most of the information I'm getting from here. But basically, like the odd numbers, the 25-3, the 5, 7, 9, so on, were chambered in 45 long Colt, and then the even numbers were still chambered in the 45 ACP. And somebody wanted to know about the moon clips, and thought you could shoot both 45 ACP and 45 long Colt, and that's just not the case. Both guns, both models were either chambered in 45 ACP, which, yes, this one can also shoot 45 auto ram and auto wad cutter, whatever those are, but it can't shoot 45 long Colt. And then the 45 long Colt versions, unless you get the cylinder relieved right here, the cylinder relieved for moon clips, it just won't work, because the headspace on the 45 long Colt, it's a rim cartridge. The headspace on the 45 ACP, it's a automatic cartridge, so it headspaces off the case rim and not the actual cartridge rim. But as you can see, here's a 45 ACP, and I drop it down in there, it stops, because I don't know if you can see, but it's got the cylinder cut in there to where it headspaces on the neck. Like most auto loading cartridges, it's going to headspace right here on the neck. So you put it in there. Now the only problem is when you go to eject them, they're not gonna eject, so you're gonna have to pull them out like that. So that's where the moon clips come in handy. You get the moon clip and you put that in there, then when you want to eject them, you just eject it and the whole thing comes out. You don't have to worry about pulling each case out one by one. But this particular gun is only chambered for the 45 ACP, and as far as I know, the 25-3 and subsequent odd number guns are only going to shoot 45 long Colt, unless you had the gun relieved right here in these areas to where it could actually accept the moon clip, and it would still have edge on the edge here, to where the 45 long Colt could headspace properly on that. So this is not like the Governor gun that they have. The Governor, it does have the cylinder cut to accept the moon clips, and it has the rim still intact to where, you know, 410s or 45 long Colt can still headspace, you know, on the outside of the cylinder there. So that's just one question I had about this gun. You know, it does have the pinned barrel. You can see the top serrated. It's got very nice target sights. Very nice gun. Really became popular for like target shooters and bullseye shooters and stuff like that. And one good thing about the Revolver, you can, you know, download, like I've downloaded several. You don't have to worry about, you know, the gun, you know, the action, you know, recoil or, you know, resetting it, you know, auto loading it or whatever. So normally I load like 6 grains of 231, and on this one, I mean, I've loaded everything. I load in like 5.5 grains, which a little bit less recoil, still has good, you know, accuracy. And, you know, the less recoil, it just makes it more fun to shoot, because I don't have to worry about the gun, you know, functioning. With the Revolver, you can, you know, download it at just, you know, just enough to, as much as you want to, really. But with that load, I found it still pretty accurate. So anyways, hopefully I haven't been rambling on too much here, but, you know, you don't see these very often. Like I said, I did a short on it, had a lot of good comments, but, you know, it's a 25, model 25-2, and this one's, like I said, 45 ACP. So anyways, what I'm gonna go do now is go do some shooting, do some target shooting. I've got, you know, the ones I've loaded here, plus I've got some other, you know, cast, these are some of my cast powder coated bullets. They shoot really good in this gun, so, you know, I'm gonna go shoot some of those, maybe do some groups, and you know, see what I can do with it. So there you go, beautiful gun. Just love this gun. Big end frame, 45 ACP, Smith & Wesson. You know, it doesn't get any better than this, honestly. So let's go do some shooting, see what I can do. Alright, well, that was a lot of fun. I love shooting revolvers anyway, and this is just a great one to shoot. And I had never tried these. I got these from my other, the Smith & Wesson, the 10mm, the 610, and they work great. But they didn't work for this gun. They're too fat. The cylinder, it wouldn't rotate good when I had them in there. So I just shot it without the moon clips. I've only ever shot it with the half moon clips that came with it. But those worked so well for my other gun, I thought I'd give them a try, but they didn't work for this one. But anyways, I did pretty good. I mean, basically you can see the middle of the target there is more or less gone. I got most of them in there. I mean, yeah, I had a few over here, you know, and I shot double action and single action. So, but you know, even without the moon clips, I mean, they come out pretty easy. I mean, obviously if you had a bunch of moon clips, you know, loaded, it would be a lot easier, but you don't have to have them. It's not that big a deal, really. But there you go, Smith & Wesson model 25-2, 45 ACP, wood checker target grips. It's got the wide hammer, wide trigger, Smith & Wesson bluing, just a beautiful gun, 45 caliber, model 1955. So thank you to everybody that's watching. Thanks to everybody that watched the short that I made on this gun and commented on it, because I really love Smith & Wesson revolvers, and this has got to be one of my top favorite ones that I love. Just a joy to shoot. Actually packs a little bit more of a punch than what you would think, even in the 45 ACP, but just a joy to shoot. All around fun, really super fun gun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.